Hi, Richie.
Hi, Sin.
Hi, everyone. And welcome to episode 221 of the Snack Covenant. What, where, why?
Oh my god.
No, Richie, you gotta let me finish. That's a real long title. Okay. This is episode 221 of the Snack Covenant. What, where, why? Enemies of Bloodborne. Episode 54. Gravekeeper Scorpion.
Was that the whole thing? It's just you reading the title out, or is there a podcast?
It's been a little while since we've done a What, Where, Why Enemies of Bloodborne.
That's true.
The last time we talked about Enemies of Bloodborne was What, Where, Why Enemies of Bloodborne 53, Dogs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're really scraping the bottom of the barrel here, because... I mean, to be fair, when you say what, where, why enemies of Bloodborne, I'm thinking there's maybe like 20. No, once you start including like dogs, scorpions, worms, there's actually like quite a lot. So I'm happy that we got this far.
Yeah, I feel like we accomplished something.
We accomplished something.
Thank you, Richie. Now, let's look at the outline.
Oh!
And the first point in the outline is what?
Mm.
What?
Now, Stin, what kind of word is what?
Only patrons will understand that reference. So, what is the name of this enemy?
Gravekeeper Scorpion.
Could you please describe the scorpion?
There's actually two different kinds of Gravekeeper Scorpion. We assume they are supposed to be male and female variants, because there is the Gravekeeper Scorpion that you'll see if you look up Gravekeeper Scorpion, and then there is another variant that has a whole lot of little scorpions on its back.
Really?
Yeah, and they're a little rarer, and that is something that real scorpions do. The little baby scorpions will cling to their mother's back while they're maturing.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Now, could you please describe what the scorpions look like physically?
I kind of want to say they look like a scorpion, but they look a little weird. They have a weird face that kind of looks like a skull, which led people to speculate that is this meant to be like a transformation thing with old blood that you'll eventually turn into a like a scorpion thing, because they're kind of shaped almost like a human that is lying on their stomach with scorpion arms, and then with like legs coming out where the ribs should be, and the tail as an extension of the spine. Kind of like the sewer centipede enemies from Dark Souls 3.
Right.
So like from a distance you see them and you think scorpion, but then the more you actually examine what they look like, they look a little stranger.
The scorpion does look like a human-scorpion hybrid a lot.
It really does, and if it wasn't for the baby scorpions, I would kind of think like that probably is what it's supposed to be. But the fact that like they're just reproducing and they have baby scorpions kind of makes it seem like, well, is this just like a thing? Just a really, really weird looking scorpion that's just a species.
So, do you think that it's just a species or a human that transformed, or a little bit of both?
Well, I think it's a species because like there's scorpions carrying around little baby scorpions on their backs. So that makes it seem like they're just breeding.
But Richie, couldn't it be that humans transformed into these scorpions and then started like breeding, and then that's why they have little scorpions on their backs?
Well, there's another possible explanation. I found one of the scorpion with the babies. I'll show you.
Oh my god! Oh, that's terrifying. Oh no, oh no, oh no, get it away from my screen. That is not how I imagined it.
How did you imagine that?
Like little cute baby scorpions on its back.
No,
These are not. No, oh my goodness. And there's
No.
a lot. I imagined like a couple, maybe like a couple cute little mafia baby scorpions on its back, and it's really cute and humorous. It's basically 100 smaller scorpions on a giant scorpion's back. It's not cute.
What is your idea of a cute scorpion, though?
I'm glad you asked, Richie, and I will show you.
Is it going to be a reborn character called Scorpion?
No.
Oh, a rad scorpion.
Yeah. I mean, they're pretty deadly, and I don't appreciate our encounters, but I think they're rather cute.
So this is kind of what I was going to get at, right? Because if we overcome your fear of the baby scorpions for a second and look at this, the baby
Okay, yeah.
scorpions are just normal scorpions. If you look at them, they're not baby gravekeeper scorpions.
Oh my god. That does not add up.
What I was going to suggest is kind of like a rad scorpion. Maybe they start off as normal scorpions, and then because they like consume all of this old blood, they start changing into these monstrous ones, kind of like how the keepers hunting dogs like can breathe fire, and like the pigs are really massive, and it's presumably because they're like they started off as animals and then they got progressively infected with this stuff that made them warp and change. But like, yeah, it is very weird. I mean, it could almost be like how Rom is a human who turned into a spider and also has like baby spiders. But
Hmm.
we don't think Rom actually gave birth to those. It looks like it has hair as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Richie, let me ask you. Could you please talk about its stinger?
The stinger on the scorpion's tail is bright green, and it's really big.
Why is it bright green?
I'm glad you asked, Sin. The scorpion is interesting in that it is one of two things in the game that inflict rapid poison without being like that actually seem to be a source of poison, if that makes sense. Because most of the things you'd think of as poisonous do slow poison. So like swamps, like the breath of animals, poison knives, things like that. But most of the things that do rapid poison, like cutting things like the Chicago, does rapid poison.
Hmm.
And like we've talked about this before, but like the way rapid poison works is it's not really rapid poison like Toxic was in the Souls games. It's rapid poison that works like the bleed status, where like the bar fills up and once it hits a certain point, it just does a percentage of damage. It works the same as Frenzy, which is not really like it's much like it behaves like a bleed effect as in the previous games, and the major source you're going to get from it is the Chikage, which is a katana. So it almost seems like this is more of like a bleeding thing than a quote unquote poison thing. But you also get rapid poison from the flying maggots that are in the bloodletting beast, and you get it from the scorpions.
Thank you, Richie.
Also, when you kill them, they explode, and the venom that comes out when they explode will do rapid poison as well.
Wait, venom comes out when they explode?
You have a tone in your voice now where I'm a little on edge. Yes, Sin, venom comes out when they explode.
Did you know that Venom is a friend of the podcast?
Hello,
Hi, Venom. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well.
It's nice to hear from you again.
Nice to hear from you as well.
Should Venom be here? Isn't Venom owned by like Todd
I think
McFarlane and Sony and
I think if he's here for like under 10 seconds, it's okay.
All right,
Okay, well, thank you for coming. Your 10 seconds up.
thank you.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you, Richie. So, Richie, let me ask you,
yes.
what is the scorpion's consistency?
You've raised the question of consistency with me before, and I still don't quite understand what you mean by consistency.
Well, when I think of consistency, I think
Yeah.
of what is this dish made of?
Right, but it's a scorpion. I mean, it's probably quite crunchy Because it's got an exoskeleton.
Does this scorpion have an exoskeleton?
I assume it has an exoskeleton.
It just looks like it's bones and skin and hair and a stinger.
Yeah, but it looks like it has, like, the bones are the skin. Like, it looks like.
Really?
I'll send you a picture of one from below.
Okay.
You can see, like, it's got a...
Oh, I see.
Yeah, the underside just looks like a bug. So I think it's fair to say it's got an exoskeleton.
Good point. Thank you, Richie. That's really interesting because if you look at the artwork, at least to me, it looks like the scorpion has skin on its bones or something.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
But what you sent me now, I do see how it's more of an exoskeleton thing.
Right.
Thank you, Richie. Its stinger contains poison?
Rapid poison, yeah.
How is the rapid poison produced in the stinger? How does that happen? How does their body make this happen?
Like a normal scorpion, I guess.
How does a normal scorpion do it?
I'm already typing it. Hi, it's the next day, and I have a note from Sin that just says, Richie reading about how real scorpions produce poison. They produce it using venom glands. I don't know what else to say, they just have glands that make venom. I looked it up, apparently the origin of scorpion venom is hypothesized to be a mutation in the scorpion's immune system. That was according to an article in Inside Science that I found. I don't know anything about molecular biology at all, and really this is just because I popped up during another episode and talked about Bovril, and Sin thought it was cute, but I understand Bovril. Don't understand this at all. Thank you and good night.
Let me Google scorpion human hybrid. Oh, you know what popped up?
And Scorpion Tark from Dark Souls 2.
No, better.
Oh, the Scorpion King.
The Scorpion King. Do you think they're related to the Scorpion King since he also seems to be a hybrid of scorpion and human?
Even in your voice, you're like losing faith in this concept.
Thank you, Richie.
I'd say if you want the earliest man scorpion hybrid that I'm aware of, you would look at the Scorpion Man from the Epic of Gilgamesh.
Thank you, Richie. And one last what question. What do the scorpions eat?
The things they kill with their venom, I'm assuming.
Okay. I just had a vision.
Uh-huh.
You know how you can go to a park by a lake and have like some breadcrumbs with you or whatever and feed some ducks and stuff?
Yeah.
What if in the dungeons, the inhabitants of the dungeon just sort of go on one of those cliffs with the ladder and just sit and throw blood at the scorpions? And like, that's how you feed the scorpions?
Well, you know, people have pet scorpions in real life, so...
Do you think those are pet scorpions?
I don't know what degree of reality we're currently operating on when I answer that question.
People who live in the dungeons have dogs as pets, right?
Yeah.
Could the scorpions also be like pets?
Well, I imagine that the dogs are like guard dogs that are trained to sniff people out and alert like other people to their presence. I don't know if you can really train a scorpion to do that.
But do the scorpions attack the inhabitants of the labyrinth?
No.
So they could be trained scorpions.
How do you train a scorpion?
Oh my god, is that a movie we're gonna make? How to Train Your Scorpion?
See, when you said it's a movie we're going to make, I'm imagining like a romantic comedy about a couple who Like, buy a scorpion. It's like we bought a zoo, but it's a scorpion sanctuary.
Thank you, Richie. Okay, now we can move on to where. Where are the scorpions located at the moment?
At the moment, they are in Central Pthumerian Labyrinth Layer 2, Lower Pthumerian Labyrinth Layer 2, Lower Pthumerian Labyrinth Layer 4, East Gravestone Level 2, East Gravestone Level 3, Pthumeru Eye Hill Level 2, Pthumeru Eye Hill Level 3. Weirdly, not in Lauren, which is the desert. Explain that.
Well, Richie, that could actually tie into our next question. Where do they come from?
Do you think they came from Lauren?
I think that's a possibility.
Right. So they migrated from a place that scorpions would actually thrive in to somewhere else.
Richie, I had a vision.
Mm-hmm.
What if there was an ad in the paper saying that the Pthumerians...
A lot of assumptions here. Pthumerians getting up every day reading the paper. It's a humorous cartoon about Imbriatus or something. Or they have their morning blood.
Thank you, Richie. And in that paper, there's an ad saying that whatever the locations you just mentioned are looking for scorpions to fill some sort of a position.
So the scorpion is reading the paper. It's a subscription.
And it was a better opportunity than what they already had in Lauren, so they all moved to other parts.
Is this you projecting that you want to quit your job? I think it might be. It's like me saying I think the scorpion's problem is that it has a number of identity issues it's attempting to sort out.
Well, it's like part scorpion and part human, so that's not...
Yeah, it's probably a bit confused. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Richie. I'm glad the scorpion is getting the character development it deserves.
I thought Elden Ring would be out by now. That's what I'm saying when I'm called before the court to explain myself.
Oh my god.
Why the fuck is this still going? Elden Ring's not out yet. We haven't even had another trailer, alright? We've had, in the last 18 months, we have had 2 low-res pieces of concept art, alright? One is of a character we've already seen, the other is a snake.
Oh my god, we should make a prediction and say that a new piece of information will be about a scorpion in Elden Ring. Do we do that? Do we commit to that?
I mean, it's an open world game. They'll eventually have to have a scorpion in it at some point, I guess.
Excellent. Let's see if we are able to predict content yet again. Thank you, Richie. Now, we can move on to the why question. Why are the scorpions in the dungeons?
We started by kind of trying to explain that because we weren't actually sure where they came from. If they were a scorpion that looked weird or something that mutated into a scorpion. Then you decided that they'd seen an ad in the paper. In the Lauren Times.
Okay, Richie, tell us what you think and what's your theory and opinion on this topic.
I think they are like a weird mutated scorpion because they're called gravekeeper scorpions. So like they're a kind of scorpion that dwells in graves. So I think of them as like, this is a scorpion that's spent so long around like the old blood and all the Pthumerian ritual materials that it started to mutate and take on a different form. In the same way that like the crows in Yarnum look different, the pigs in Yarnum look different, the dogs like kind of look different. It's just that. And I mean, is it a little like vermin because it does rapid poison, and then there's like the vermin in the blood-letting beast that do rapid poison. Who can say?
Thank you, Richie.
Do you have scorpions in Canada?
Apparently, we have a scorpion that I can't really pronounce. Is the only species that occurs in Canada.
There you go.
It's in Saskatchewan, Alberta, and British Columbia.
Have you ever seen one?
I've seen them on TV, but not in real life. There are scorpions in Australia, right?
Oh boy, are there scorpions in Australia. I got the exact number, hang on. Scorpions are common throughout Australia. If you look it up, literally the first result you get is like how to deal if you're stung by a scorpion. Like what medical things to do. Complete list of scorpion species. There's a lot. I don't even want to count them. Okay, there's 3 species in my region.
Oh my god.
And the most widespread one is a cute little fat one called a wood scorpion. I'll send it to you.
Yeah, send it to me. Ugh.
It's kind of cuddly.
It's not as cute as you described it.
I just looked them up on Wikipedia, and it lists their behavior as slightly defensive.
They're a little defensive.
Yeah, it's like it got a new haircut, and it's not sure how people are going to react. That's what it's written like. Oh, and also, females eat their own young.
Wait, Richie! It's all coming together. You know who else eats scorpions?
It sounds like the trait of some terrible like film villain, like a Bond villain or something, who eats scorpions. So he has scorpion venom in his body, and it makes him immune to pain or something.
No!
Okay.
People eat scorpions. I saw this thing, I think, on YouTube, where people were like eating fried scorpions or something.
Yeah.
And you know how in Bloodborne, the scorpion has a bunch of little scorpions on its back?
Right.
What if the scorpions on its back are snacks?
It's kind of morbid. What if it's like Death Stranding and they're bridge scorpions?
Bridge scorpions. Well, no, because you're still thinking that the scorpions on their back are babies. I'm not thinking that anymore. I'm thinking
you think they're fully grown scorpions that it's carrying around to snack on?
What?
Do you think they're fully grown scorpions that the giant scorpion is carrying around to eat?
No, I was thinking they were like snacks. Like, you know how you have like chocolate bunnies? These are like chocolate scorpions or whatever.
Yeah, okay.
Oh my god, Richie! Oh no, what if? Okay, what if they're chocolate scorpions on the scorpion's back, but actually it's because the scorpion made them. That's what they do. They're like a baker or whatever, and they make those little scorpions and they're actually selling them.
How does it bake with claws?
How do you bake with fingers? Exactly. That's a silly question. Remember, we established that the giants in the cave under Yosefka's clinic have a bowling alley / coffee shop? So why wouldn't the scorpions be able to bake and sell their own snacks?
Who are they selling them to? Are they advertising them in the same paper, or
maybe the position that the scorpions were asked to fill was a baking position, and that's why they all moved, and then they're like bakers or whatever, and they have snacks.
You know, if those are like full-size scorpions, that about lines up, because they would be to scale with us. So
the scorpions. Sorry, what's the big scorpion's name again?
Oh yeah, what's the topic again?
Oh my god.
Gravekeeper scorpion.
So, the Gravekeeper scorpion, who maybe like
Yeah.
a human or whatever is carrying a bunch of real scorpions on their back.
I feel like this is what people think it's like when we record things. And I'd have to be like, no, I think you're just over exaggerating how bad the tangents get and Sin's weird theories and stuff. But I feel like this is like, it is just that. This is like the Scorpion saw an ad in the newspaper, and also it has a bakery. I mean, at least we got important stuff out of the way earlier. So when we get the inevitable, like, 5 minutes in drop off, people will have learned something.
Thank you, Richie. So, Richie, can you please sum up all the possible scorpion theories that we talked about today?
Alright. Scorpion theory. Theory 1 is just a really weird scorpion. Theory 2, it used to be a normal scorpion, then it ate a bunch of old blood and turned into a monster scorpion. And theory 3, it's a person who transformed into a scorpion. Which there is, I guess, precedent for if you look at blood lickers, because those seem to be like Pthumerians who transformed. And they turned into a flea. And that works because a flea is something that drinks blood. But I don't know why you turn into a scorpion. Because a scorpion doesn't do any like Pthumerian kind of activities. It just stings things and eats other bugs. You can also turn into a spider in Bloodborne. And some of the spiders have human heads, so it's possible.
Thank you, Richie.
Thank you, Sin.
Venom, do the outro.
That was What, Where, Why, Enemies of Bloodborne, episode 54, Scorpions.
Thank you, Venom.
That's alright.
Thank you, Richie.
That's alright.
And thank you, everyone, for listening.
It's not alright with me.
Who's that? Is that a new character?
No, that's the audience.
Oh. Is the audience a new character?
Bafflingly, there's about 10,000 of them.
Thanks for watching! For more What, Where, Why, Enemies of Bloodborne, check patreon.com/thinkclearlore. Happy New Year!